Here, you can exercise your rights to freedom every day without leaving your home. We don't just say, we do. It's the Stain City way.
Good afternoon and welcome to Real Talk on SABC 3. The stage is yours. So when you're changing a girl's life, it's not just her life that you change. You start to affect a family, a community, a nation. These are the words that were uttered by the Indomitable Talk show giant and philanthropist Oprah Winfrey. But these aren't just the words that Oprah uttered. These are actions that she also put in place. Today on Real Talk, we get inside the view of young women and ladies whose lives have been immeasurably changed through the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls. As the Academy celebrates 10 years. Oh my word, it's been this long. We'll be joined by the president of the Oprah Winfrey Foundation, Rebecca Sykes, as well as matriculants and undergraduates who today get to call themselves OWLAG alumni. Hey now. Before we get into that, it's Monday, which means it's time to catch up on everything that was trending this weekend, everything that had you glued to your phone, WhatsApping your friends, being like, Sala, utlwile, yo. To help me get through what had most of us in chit-chats is Lerato Matsoso, the entertainment editor of the Sunday Sun. Hello there.
How are you, Anele?
Totally enemy number one.
Oh, wow. I love you too.
Yeah, no, hi, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Sometimes we have to see each other. I'm like, did you write nonsense about
Look,
me?
it happens. It's
No,
balance. It's life, this thing.
It's part of the job, and we
Yes.
respect your guys' job. First things first, everyone is talking about it. The entire country is talking about it. The entire world is talking about it. We are now the winners of Miss Universe.
Can you imagine?
Roll it.
The new Miss Universe is South Africa. Take your first walk as Miss Universe.
I mean, she looked gorgeous. I didn't watch the entire thing, but I went to go listen to her questions. I mean...
Nailed it.
Dude, nailed it. When she was
Nailed it.
speaking about how women don't get paid the same. And I was like, hey, we've come a long way
she
since
nailed
World
it.
Peace, eh?
She absolutely nailed it.
Yeah.
I didn't also see the full one, but obviously the highlights. And there was one question in particular where they were asking her what would it mean to her to be Miss Universe.
Yeah.
And she was like, it's being confident. It's all these women. Even I was like, hey, I got up and I clapped.
Because I was like, where do I vote? And also, you know, it's nice to see the improvement.
Right.
Because when she was crowned in South Africa, she was beautiful and she was already amazing. But
Absolutely.
you can kind of see the work she's put into herself
The
up
growth.
until now. But now, obviously, every time there's something great, something bad has to, you know, be
Yeah.
in there and tarnish it. Are we still upset that we have a white Miss South Africa?
No, I don't think. Like, look, obviously it's individuals. Certain individuals, as always, will come out instead of looking at the bigger picture. The fact that it's been since 1978 since we've won this, and she's one of two. You know, people have to knit and pick and everything else. And unfortunately, you know, that's how it is.
I must, you know, play both sides. For me, her and her first princess look like twins. And it's a little bit of an issue for me when you have a country that is as diverse as ours, that you're only saying that is the only ideal of beauty.
Look, I mean, at the end of the day, Miss SA is a business.
Yeah.
And they know what they want. They know, you know, what quota or whatever they have to fill. Unfortunately, that is, you know, what it is. But because of that, doesn't mean that we shouldn't support her because she's white or she looks a certain way or, you know what I mean? So here's what we are dealt with now. She's won Miss Universe. So how do we move forward as a country?
Okay.
I mean, obviously there's other things, you know, that are there. People will feel some type of way. You can't please everyone. Ndando Kunene won last year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So something has to give and take at the same time. So, but what I'm saying is right now she's dealt that. same with Miss Jamaica. She made it into the top 3, you know. Imagine if Ntando was there and she made it into the top 3, would we still say, oh no, she should have won because she's black?
You hit the nail on the head. You're like, South Africa is a business. I think we forget that.
It's a business.
Yeah, I think gone are the days where it was the entire country thing and it was on SABC One and everything. Now, the fact that it's on a paid-for channel, guys,
100%.
should show you exactly which way it's leaning. All right, let's move on. Your friend Mshoza's getting married?
Yes, she is.
Oh, she's married already?
They paid lobola for her.
Mara, this girl is lucky in love.
Listen, she's living.
Some people are trying to get married once, yeah, now she's
coined again. I was like, you know, where's the formula? You know, I'd love to once, twice, 3 times. You know what I mean? I mean, she's happy. Clearly it's working for her. And she actually had a pre-lobola party.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah, I was also like,
okay.
When I got the invite, I was like, how girl, you know? We're celebrating before you get, you know,
do you know what I love about her? Is that, and I think we all wish we were like that, but we just, you know, maybe we're not evolved in there yet. She loves love, and she leads with her heart, and her head follows afterwards.
100%.
And this is why I'd say she's lucky in love.
That's why I was saying as well, she lives her life, you know, to the fullest. She has no apology, she's not apologetic, rather, about her life, and she lives it. She's Mshoza after all, you know. That's why we're like, we wish we could live like you.
And I'm like,
so,
you know,
she's happy.
And she always has such like a cute way, and maybe that's what makes her appealing.
Romanticizing.
Yeah, a cute way of referring to her man. Like, if his name is Thokozan, she's like, Ubab Thokozan.
Yes. She actually does.
Stop.
She romanticizes everything about love. I'm happy she's happy, especially after, you know, her marriage with Jacob and everything that came about, but she's genuinely happy. Yeah, she'll be moving to Bigville as well. So,
Bigville?
Yes.
Where's that?
It's in KZN.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's where he's from.
All right.
So, but I know she was in between Johannesburg and Bigville, but obviously now it's more formalized.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then the Idols guy. Okay, first he causes drama by not wanting to do any interviews after he doesn't win Idols. You know? Then he storms off the stage. Then he's a spoiled brat.
Yes.
After literally being
then he doesn't want to do the press conference.
And now there's allegations that he has assaulted someone? Yeah.
Thokozisi, obviously, you know, like you're saying, leading up to that runner-up, was very sour. Very, very sour from the onset.
And also, like, we don't know if he did this or not, but because of his behavior.
Because of his behavior, leading to that,
now, we just like, oh, look, if it walks like a cat,
if the shoe
and it
fits.
meows like a cat, chances are it's 100%. A cat.
And unfortunately, so apparently what happened was the girl that she allegedly assaulted, they were in Hillbrow, if I'm not mistaken, with a couple of friends, and he was there. I'm not sure exactly what transpired because she hasn't said anything, and the copy of you know, what was filled in the police report wasn't, you know, hasn't been out yet.
Oh, please, you guys are Sunday Sun. I'm sure you can get it.
Okay, this is why I'm saying bad. But apparently, I'm not sure, but obviously, you know how we are. She was apparently like picking at him, like.
I can tell you, I can guess what happened.
You did
she
not
was
win.
telling him, yeah, you lost, you thought you were all that, and then you had an attitude, and then the liquor was flying, and then he got upset and pushed her against the wall, whatever it is.
Emptied
because
it
also he's got this whole non-consequence thing.
Everything.
Yeah, he's bottled up rage.
He's very angry.
Yeah, he's angry,
and
then he pushed her, and then he pushed her around, and then he disappeared for 3 days, and no one could find him.
No one can find him. I know we ran a story in the Daily Sun today, and the head of communications, Nondimusa, had said that they have not been able to reach him as well. So Idols have not been able to reach him as well.
This is going to be the first time Idols, like, washes their hands of someone.
Ever.
You know how when they took away the crown from Vanessa Williams long ago?
Yes.
They're going to do that with him. They're going to be like...
Such a disgrace.
Like, he's going to be the one that is not referred to by a name. Like,
that one.
That one. When they talk about that one.
It's very sad. And obviously the cops are looking for him. Yeah. So he's kind of like on the run. And he's apparently it's believed that he's in KZN. He went back home. Yeah. So, yeah.
Listen, thank you so much. Great insights.
Thank you for having me.
We might read your paper this coming Sunday.
Please do.
Who knows? Thank you so much to my guest, entertainment editor for Sunday Sun, Lerato Matsoso, keeping us up to date with all the social happenings that are forever keeping us entertained. Listen, what's his name? Thokozan?
Mthokozisi.
Mthokozisi, you're actually quite talented, my angel. If you follow your talent, you won't be in this situation. In any case, you don't want to miss the rest of the show. Do you remember the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy? It was launched, if your memory is failing you a little, because it's 10 years since it's gone by that the Academy first opened its doors to South African girls. The Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy celebrates its 10-year anniversary on this year very set after the break. And welcome back to Real Talk with Anele. So in 2002, Oprah Winfrey made a pledge to the late former statesman Nelson Mandela. She wanted to provide a world-class educational platform for marginalized South African girls. After 5 years of researching, planning, and building, Oprah honored that pledge, and thus the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy was founded.
Girls, I brought you all here today to tell you that you will be a part of the very first class of the Oprah Winfrey. It has been 9 years now since that momentous day.
So when she said this is the first class of 2007, I cried a lot because I thought this is a great chance for me to change my life for the better.
The idea for me was to build a school that would embody the principles of Ubuntu, that would allow young women who had the desire and the dream to do great things in their lives, the desire and the dream for education, but didn't have the means, and to give them that opportunity. That was the whole idea. It's the reason why I wanted to educate girls, because it has been shown throughout the world that when you impact a girl's life through education, you change her family, you change the community, and she gets to impact her world and the world in a different way.
Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy.
From the moment the first class arrived on campus, together we have been on quite the journey. I've watched our girls grow into young women.
Please welcome the president of the Oprah Winfrey Foundation to Real Talk, Rebecca Sykes. Thank you so much for giving us your time.
Thank you, Anele, for inviting us.
And congratulations on 10 years.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Have you been there for the entire 10 years?
No, I haven't. I started in 2013.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, watching a moment like that, you know, it can't not move you.
Oh, it gives me chills every time.
Yeah. What's your role at the Oprah Winfrey Foundation?
So I'm the president of the foundation, and it's the foundation that funds the school. So I am involved in the life of the school. I work with the staff and the leadership of the school, everything from doing the strategic plan to helping with the leadership interviews for the girls who are applying. And then I'm also involved very much with the girls who've graduated, who are at the universities here in South Africa and in the US.
It must be a well-oiled machine, because you literally have got a map in front of you, and you like, do you actually have, you know, like how they track trucks or buses? Like there's a map and then there's lights, and then like the light moves and you're like, okay, there goes the one goal, okay, there goes the other one. And then if you click on it, her results come up. Like, how do you keep track?
Well, actually, it's really interesting you say that, because I've become kind of a data geek. And so we have a database where we're trying to keep track of everybody's, not only their accomplishments and where they are, but what their aspirations are. So it's great. It's great.
And I suppose, you know, because it's not just an object that's doing something, it's a person who's living and breathing, who has up times and down times. And so outside of being there financially and, you know, from an educational level, your heart has to be there.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, and I think it's shown very much through the lives that the girls lead at the school. And I know you'll be hearing from them directly about that. But we provide a lot of support, a lot of wraparound services for the girls at the school. And because our girls come from challenging circumstances, we recognize that not only do they need support, but also their families do. So we think of ourselves as both kind of a social services and an educational institution.
So you said something, and then I was like, Mark, you said you kind of head up like the strategy and, you know, the finding the finances. Now, the thing about someone like Oprah Winfrey opening a school is we don't think she needs to find sponsors. We're like, well, Oprah, you just go use your own money. You'll be fine. But that's just not the case,
no,
is it?
No, and Anele, you're not the first person to tell me that either. But one of the things we've been really successful with is finding bursaries for girls in university. So when Miss Winfrey, those of us who work for her call her Miss Winfrey.
Yes, Winfrey. Yes. Okay.
So when Miss Winfrey started the school, she planned to provide a world-class education for girls in the secondary level. And then we discovered that there was a lot more that needed to be done for the girls as they went into university, and that includes financing. So we've actually been quite successful in the last couple of years in cultivating and receiving support for scholarships for the girls once they're in university. And so that money, people don't see that as giving to Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah.
They see that as giving to the girl, and we make a point of connecting the donor with the student.
Okay.
So they know this person and not just there's a girl who goes to OWLAG who is getting this money. There's a personal connection.
I remember I attended the first ever graduation. And I remember and I was like really impressed by the school and also the girls, their confidence, because you know, would be because I was a +1, it wasn't me that was invited, I tagged along. So obviously the real invitee had to go somewhere to do things important, and there I was standing against the wall, I'm looking around. And, you know, 2 of the girls came and they just started speaking to me, and then they introduced me to another guest, and then it was like speed dating for like, they just like put us together, and then they walked over, and I was like, hey, man, I feel like I was just managed, but I love the confidence. Is that like one of the classes they taught there, how to make sure no one sticks out like a sore thumb at a party?
Well, you know, actually what we say is that in order to be admitted to OWLAG, you have to be academically gifted and also have leadership potential. I would also say that what our girls possess, and maybe the third part, is poise.
True.
And that is something that they bring with them to OWLAG. I think we nurture it. Maybe they'll be able to say more about that. But I think that that's something that characterizes them when they're applicants, and it's one of the things that stands out for them.
And another thing that stood out for me is, because I think they were all wearing white dresses, right?
Yes, for graduation.
Yes, but different dresses. And obviously, as girls, you want to fit into your dress, so you go like on a crash course diet, like 2 weeks before, you're like, I'll eat cheese, and I'll drink water when things get dire. And one of the girls fainted, right? And I remember, like, Miss Winfrey was doing a speech, and you know, because CNN is there and the media is there, so you'd want to keep everything tidy. She went into mom mode and literally ran to her and said, did you eat? Did you eat? And I was like, wow, this girl is getting shouted at in front of us. But for me, all of you guys are mothers.
Right.
You mothers.
Yeah.
Do you have your own kids? What do they think? Like, now you're sharing
Yeah. Well, I not only have my own kids, I have 3 sons who are all adults, all living on their own, thank God. And I also have 2 grandsons.
Okay.
One of whom is named Biko, and the other whose name is Otis.
Okay.
And so it's really hard to be away from them, but I think they honor and respect the work that we do. And I think they're kind of proud that we have a connection in our family to something as wonderful as this institution.
And as great as it is.
Yeah.
Are you looking at opening any more around the world?
No.
Down the road?
But that's a really good question. Yeah. And it's one we get asked a lot. And actually, the beauty of it is that once Ms. Winfrey created this model, along with all the original staff and administrators, she also created something that other people could come and learn from.
True.
So we actually receive phone calls and emails and mail by post. And people connect us with their friends when they're trying to start a school in, we've been contacted by people in Asia, other parts of Africa, people in the States. I was called just last week before I left the United States by someone in Memphis who wants to use some of the elements of the mentoring program in particular that we do.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break. You pondered this one. I just want to know what has to be on your CV to be hired by Miss Winfrey, okay? Stick with that one. Now, we're all too familiar with the contentious topic of the difficulty, right, of access to education by a lot of South African children. If you'd like to get more information on the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy, there's no better person in the world than the president of the Oprah Winfrey Foundation to answer your questions, and we have her here. And we're going to hold her hostage until she answers all your questions. So send us your 20-second voice note to the number on your screen right now, and be sure to come back for more with Rebecca Sykes after the break.
At the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy, OWLAG for short, we prepare our high school graduates for college. This year, we reached a powerful milestone. It has been 3 years since the first graduating OWLAG class, and now many of our students have earned diplomas from universities across South Africa. These bright young women will bring their diverse talents to South Africa. We are all so proud of them.
I'm pursuing an education degree, so I want to make a difference one child at a time.
Receiving an education has indeed transformed their lives.
I managed to finish my degree in 3 years and get into honors and do all those things that will finally make me the psychologist that I want to be one day. I would like to thank Oprah Winfrey because she gave me the opportunity to go to one of the best schools in the country, to have all the resources that I can possibly have to achieve my dream of coming to Rhodes University.
These young graduates are now prepared to become leaders, to be a force for helping others grow into the best they can be. They're ready to pass it on.
Welcome back to Real Talk with me, Anele. These ladies make up more than 690 learners whose lives have been enriched through the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy. To mark their 10th year anniversary, I'm with the president of the Oprah Winfrey Foundation, Rebecca Sykes, and better still, a little later in the show, we'll meet some of the ladies who have their own experiences to tell of their journey. They're in the audience. They've been laughing in the back there. We'll chat to them a bit later. So what must be on your CV to get hired by Miss Winfrey?
Oh, my gosh. Well, I think it depends on what you're applying for. Do you mean for the job that I'm in, or generally?
I'm talking to specifically you.
Okay. Well, I spent 40 years at a prep school in the United States. At Phillips Academy in Andover is one of the leading boarding schools for girls and boys. More than 40% of the students there are on financial aid, and it's a diverse, multinational student body. But I'd been working there for a long time, and so I think I had some experience in working in schools. Yeah. I'd also started a girls' leadership program at the school where I had been, and had worked really closely with a couple of the girls' initiatives. So I think that those were a couple of things that made my resume
stand out.
Yeah.
Okay, totally off topic. When you said 40 years, I looked at your skin and I was like, oh my word, wow. So now I want to know, what do you use on your skin?
Well, I have to give thanks to my sister. I use Mary Kay products, which are sold in the United States, and she's my beauty consultant, my very own beauty consultant.
There is not a crack in sight. I hope you thank.
Well, the other thing is I have to thank my mother.
For jeans.
For jeans.
Okay,
yes,
okay.
Good jeans.
So what's the process to becoming one of the girls at OWLAG? So
starting in about February, the admission process begins, and people can find the application online. Yeah. Shall I give the website?
Yes, yes.
It's www.owlag.co.za. Okay. So it's www.owlag.co.za.
Yeah.
So the applications are available there. We also are in touch with schools all over South Africa. So a student who is not able to get access to the application herself online would be able to ask her school. There is an application that's turned in. There's some screening. Anyone who goes on beyond that initial screening will have testing either in her province or right on campus if she's from Gauteng. And then in the middle of the summer, anybody who makes it through that next hurdle will come for recruitment camp for a day and a half. I mean, it's rigorous.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I could make it through that process myself, frankly. But for a day and a half, the girls are on campus. There are about 120 of them spread over 2 sections. They come to campus. The other girls observe them.
Oh, wow.
They are observed on leadership skills, in a residential setting, how well do they manage in relationship to other girls. There are a variety of girls from different backgrounds, different places, all from South Africa. And then depending on how that goes, then they are, there is some vetting of their family's income, because our students must come from families with $10,000, sorry, 10,000 Rand per month. I was afraid I was going to make that mistake.
No, it's fine.
10,000 Rand per month or less. And many of our girls are from families who make much less than that per month. And then if they're admitted, they will find out between the months of September and November, and then they come the following year.
How many applicants do you get? Like
5,000. So we're looking for 60 girls. So the admit rate is just over 1%.
So is there a possibility where you don't get it this year, but you get it the next year?
Sometimes we admit very few girls into the 9th grade and into the 10th grade. Okay. So 60 girls for grade 8. If there are a couple of spaces, maybe we will admit for the 9th grade and 10th grade. But after that, we find it's too hard to enter the curriculum.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Okay. And when it comes to, because I always call it like an imposter syndrome, right? When you come from like an impoverished background, it takes you a while to believe that you are worthy of something. Right. And it takes you a while to believe that this is not going to end, Yeah. So, and I know that, when you get something good, you're like, oh, somebody's going to take it away any minute now. Right. What are the processes around, the transition into, literally living in a shack where you don't have electricity and that's where your family lives, and then you up and you're gone and you're living at such an amazing facility.
Yeah. Well, I think that's where the initial contact with the parents is really critical. So the social workers actually go out and do home visits. So every girl who's admitted to the school will have had a home visit before she starts. So there's a connection between the school and the family. And so this notion that you're going to be leaving here, somebody has actually been to your home.
Okay.
Somebody who's going to be at this new school, so there's a connection there.
Yeah.
And then we also have the social workers and the psychologists do these groups that the girls can tell you more about.
Yeah.
Call it stepping in and stepping out. So stepping into the school, making the transition in, and the beauty of the group is that you can talk about and process how you're feeling. Because usually the problem with the imposter syndrome is that you think you're the only one.
Yes.
So that when the girls have a chance to talk about this, guided by these adults, mentors, then they get to know, oh, wow, somebody else is feeling that as well. I'm not the only one. And I think it reinforces the notion that we believe in you, and you can believe in you as well.
And you're not here by mistake.
That's right.
Like, the intention is for you to be here.
Exactly. In fact, those very words are often used with the girls. We did not make a mistake. You were here for a reason. Yeah.
Okay, I cannot wait to meet them and talk to them. I had questions, and I was like, no, man, I can't ask you this. I must actually ask them. Stuff like, what happens when you don't perform? But you can't answer that.
They can answer that for you.
They will answer, and we'll start with the ones wearing the school uniform. Because it means they're currently in it, okay?
Yeah.
To date, 393 OWLAG graduates have attended colleges and universities around the world. After the break, we meet some of these young women who are all poised to make a positive impact on the world. Stay with us.
Most of our students grew up in extremely challenging circumstances.
My story is that I am an orphan, but that is the only thing that distinguishes me from any other person. So what I would tell other people is not to give up and not to use your past against you.
Being at OWLAG instilled that drive in me to actually want to break that cycle of poverty in my family.
OWLAG offers what I know for sure is one of the most precious things in life, opportunity.
I want to open a dance school in my community because I feel like it grounds kids. It takes kids away from the streets and it gives them something to do.
I would like to make a difference, firstly, starting in my community, which is my family, my friends, to show people that art, entertainment is alive. The best advice somebody has given me was to always do my best. And that is from Mom Oprah, of course. That's one thing I'll never forget from her because you know when you've done your best. You know it, you can feel it, and you know when you haven't.
Here with Real Talk on SABC 3, the stage is yours. So every single learner who's attended the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy now has a positive story to tell about their future. But as you have just witnessed, all of these ladies' stories started out with challenges that were an immediate threat to their future. To hear firsthand from the learners and graduates, please help me welcome the OWLAG graduates, as well as the ladies who are still currently in the school. Ladies, welcome. Okay, Tabisile. Is it Tabisile? Tembisile. No, Tembisile. I'm gonna get your names, even if it's next week. Okay. If I see you at the shop, I'll call you by your name. Tembisile, you are wearing your uniform. Therefore, you're still in school, right?
Yes.
Do you have to sign out? Do you what's the method that you're getting out of the school?
We have graduation on Saturday.
Oh.
So and then on the same day we're leaving with our parents and we're going back home.
So you guys are matric?
Yes, we are the matrics.
No Sipo and Gugu. All right, so are you guys wearing the white dresses?
White gowns.
White gowns.
Mm-hmm. Made a transition.
Oh, okay. And you're not on a diet, you're not going to faint then?
No, I'm not.
All right, I want to talk about the fact that you were told, and teachers used to tell your parents that you're actually quite smart and you need to be, like, you know, molded and elevated. So when this opportunity came along, did you feel like, finally, I found a place where I belong?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I felt like I'd found a place where I belonged because I was in an environment with people like me, people with big goals and big aspirations, regardless of their circumstances and regardless of their backgrounds. So I felt like I belonged, and I felt like it was the type of environment that would allow me to become the person that I'm meant to become.
Oh, nice. Jeanette. It is Jeanette, right? I called her Janet earlier, and she just kept quiet. But Becky came through, it's like it's actually Jeanette.
It's Jeanette.
So you are studying biochemistry?
Yes, I'm doing my honors in biochemistry.
So you have been with this program for the longest time?
Yes, I went to OWLAG for 6 years. Then I went to university undergraduate for 3 years. Graduated this year. This year I'm currently busy with my honors.
Okay, are you and the rest of the girls who graduated from OWLAG, are you guys on a WhatsApp group together?
Actually, we're friends. We're more like sisters, you know. And we're not even told to be together. But it's so funny. We meet up for lunch. We talk. Basi, how you doing? How is life? You know, we're just trying to catch up. So that's the nice thing about it. There's the sisterhood. There's so strong.
I like that. Muhao, do you have a microphone with you? So if Miss Becky here says they call Mama O, you know, Miss Winfrey, what do you guys call her?
We call her Mom Oprah. Well,
Mom
she's
Oprah.
like our second mom, so yeah.
Okay, and like when she calls, do you like first stress? You know when your mother calls you, right? Even if she's calling to tell you she loves you, you're always like, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? You're like, did I wash the dishes, curtains? Did I defrost the chicken? Do you know what I'm saying? So like, have you ever been nervous to answer a call?
We haven't really received calls from her,
Okay.
but we've had like one-on-one sessions with her, or maybe like group fire chats and all those things. And she would maybe ask you a question, and you just say like, "Oh my gosh, it's Mom O." Like, what am I supposed to say? You know, because she believes in you. She's given you like a great opportunity. You feel like what comes out of my mouth has to be like it has to be the real thing. It has to be on point. But like, we still believe in ourselves, you know. So we know we have to do our best. So whatever comes out of the mouth, it's
okay.
It comes
Nasiba,
out.
Admit every time you looked at her, you thought she was gonna give you a car. Like, come on.
Look under your seat.
You look at her, you like, she just walked in, I'm gonna look under my seat. Oh, there's nothing there. There's an education, though. Come on, admit.
No,
I try not to have that mentality because already she's given so much. So to expect more from that would be kind of selfish. So I try to just be happy with what I have and not look under my seat whenever she's around.
Okay, Gugu, what is the process when, because I mean, we're humans, we're flawed, we will stumble. As much as you guys are excellent, it's impossible to think that somebody's going to be excellent all the time. So when you do not achieve something, what is the process? I mean, I know you'll embrace yourself first, like, when's on. But I mean, what's the process?
I think the beauty of OWLAG is you're allowed to fail successfully. So you have to rise from your failure instead of saying, yo, I failed, life is gone. No, it's not done. Like, you can cry overnight, but wake up in the morning and pick yourself up and find help and find people. There's always people willing to assist you, even if it's not a teacher. Like, there are students who are, like, brilliant at certain things, so you go to them. And because we're so close in a sense, like, you know everyone, it's such a close environment, you know who's good at this, who can help you with this, and no one looks down on you because everyone knows that I'm good at maths, but I suck at physics. I'm good at this, but I'm bad at that. So we just help each other, and we understand that we're gonna be here for 5 years, so work together and make it work so that Maspuma at the end, we're all like, we did this together, and
I like that. I really like that. Oh, by the way, ma'am, Rebecca short-circuited when you said sucks. So please find a better way to say sucks for future interviews. Like, she really short, she was like, no, child. This is not why you go to English class. I am not good at. Moving forward, please. Tabisile, studying design at University of Pretoria. So now, what I gather about the program and OWLAG and the alumni is that, and not that you're forced to and there's no pressure to, but it's inherently in you. You guys want to give back, right? So when you're studying design, how are you going to give back? Are you gonna design things for us for free?
I plan to work within the visual space as a photographer, designer, and videographer, and mainly create content that works towards youth culture. We, as the youth, go through a lot of things and we experience a lot of things, and people sometimes don't really understand us, and sometimes we don't understand ourselves. So I want to work within that space and create visual content that communicates things about us and for us.
Yeah.
So that's how I plan to.
Man. Yes. Can we give the microphone to Basi? It is Basi, right?
Basisipo, yes.
Say it again?
Basisipo.
Basisipo.
Yes, abantwana.
You are a gift.
My children are a gift.
Oh, okay. Yes. All right. So first night that you spent at OWLAG.
Yes.
Like, you got there, brand new sheets, you're like, oh my God. Okay. What was your anxiety? Because you can see the good things, but obviously, you know, what was your feeling? What are you, like, fighting within you?
For me, it was mostly, will I make my family proud? Because it was my first time outside the Eastern Cape. I'm from PE. And so my parents wouldn't let me go on this whole trip and go to a foreign land, so to speak, only to fail. So my anxiety was, will I make my family proud? And will I make Mom Oprah proud to say, I invested in this girl?
Oh, man. And okay, so what are you studying?
I'm studying my honors in economics at the University of Pretoria.
Honors in economics?
Yes.
So the question has been answered, right? Will you make them proud?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes, it has been. And listen, after the break, we wrap up our conversation with the ladies from OWLAG. You don't want to go anywhere. Come back to us.
OWLAG is proud to be the only school in South Africa that is certified to teach the International Baccalaureate Middle Years program. It's a highly esteemed educational curriculum.
I'm going to university next year. I want to study at the University of Pretoria, and I'm planning on studying psychology.
100% of our students, did you hear me? 100% of our students go on to pursue a college degree.
The doors that's going to open up for her in the future, it's just a tremendous advantage and opportunity for her.
The OWLAG campus sits on 21 peaceful hectares, 21 state-of-the-art classrooms, and 6 carefully designed labs provide an extraordinary environment for learning.
It's an unbelievable day. Our daughter is grown up, and she's so brilliant, and it's the first in our household. It's going to university and it's finishing Thank you, Mama Oprah.
Welcome back to Real Talk. The Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy has long prided itself on nurturing the development of a new generation of dynamic women leaders who lead the charge to positively transform not only their lives, but the lives of those around them. I've been spending time with the president of the Oprah Winfrey Foundation, Sykes, and the bright-eyed future leaders from the Academy who are going to take this country places. No pressure. Anele, Gap City girl. Hey. You're studying education at University of Pretoria.
Yes.
Have you been offered a job at the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls?
I've actually been offered to come and do my 4th year practicals there, so I'm quite excited about that.
Oh, and what do you want to specialize in?
English and social sciences.
And was that what you were good at when you were at the school?
Yeah, and it's something I know I can teach. I can stand in front of a class and make the kids understand what's happening in English or what's happening in history and geography and so on.
Because it would be awkward if you weren't like performing back at the school and the girls are like, oh.
And the English is going to be off and sometimes like,
maybe you should come join us. Maybe you should come join us. So Rebecca, I understand you guys are celebrating 10 years. What are the plans for it? She's got a mic.
So, yes, I have a mic, thank you. So the school has been celebrating 10 years all year. And in fact, the girls today, I'm going to tell on you guys. The matrics were so excited about the fact that you were acknowledging our 10th anniversary that they wanted to wear their 10th anniversary T-shirts. But we wanted to be respectful of the gravity of this important opportunity. And so we said, you have to wear your step outs. But we have a killer T-shirt that was designed by girls at the school. And there have been activities through the year to celebrate.
And earlier you and I were chatting about the corporate. This is the second year you guys do it.
Yes.
Please just run us through it, and why do you do it?
Sure. So this was the second year we had Corporate Day on campus. We invited corporations and foundations to come to school. And we also invited 2nd and 3rd year students in university. And the idea was, it was sort of a dating thing.
Okay.
Speed dating. We were giving the students an opportunity to try out their networking skills. To talk with people that they hadn't met before, to understand what those companies and those foundations do. We were also cultivating and trying to get the companies and the foundations to think favorably about scholarships for our students.
Yeah.
And I think I mentioned to you 1 or 2 of the girls on the spot were so impressive this year that they were offered jobs at the Corporate Day.
That is excellent. All right, let's go Tembisile. No, Tembisile. That's Tembisile. Stop confusing me. So, I mean, do you have siblings?
Yes, I do.
So what does it do for your relationship when you are going to the Oprah Winfrey School and they're not?
Well, I have a little sister.
Okay, so she's not here yet.
She's not here yet. No, she's not. So it doesn't really affect our relationship much. She stays with my family and I see her during holidays.
Because, I mean, and anyone can answer this question, because it's like you in this place and then when you go for holidays, you have to go back to your life. Do you find that sometimes there's difficulty to integrate yourself into your life and people are like, no Oprah, do you know what I'm saying? Is there any of that?
For me, there was a lot of that because then you come to this environment where you act differently, you behave differently because now you have like-minded people. The mentality is different from where I come from, Elokshini. And so I go to school and I work with these people and I stay with these people and I have to come back. It's almost like a reality check, like, oh, okay, now I'm back where I come from and people think differently. So even when I express my ideas, some people are like, who do you think you are? Because you go to the Oprah school now. So that is very, very difficult to deal with. So it's almost like living in 2 different worlds and trying to adapt to both of them. So you sort of have to change when you come back home so you don't offend anyone or you don't seem like now you think you're better than anyone else because you're at the Oprah school and you've met Oprah. And
But I mean, you do realize that it's fine because that's like, it's not going to end now. That's going to be you for the rest of your life because you'll be 50 and no one knows you went to an Oprah school, but you'll be achieving and you'll be successful and you'll be doing things. And people are always going, it's called the pull her down syndrome. People are always going to want to make you mediocre and normalize to their standard. So just don't fall for it. Jeanette?
I just wanted to add that with your family is different. Well, for me, it was different. For the first 2 weeks, they treat you special. Yay, she's home. The following week, you're going to wash dishes. You're going to clean like everybody else.
Good.
Now, when you step on the streets, when you see your friends, that really becomes difficult because now you have different ideas to them. But with your family, you are still a child.
Yeah.
You know, it stays the same.
I think that's good. Gugu, please give me a microphone. Now, my biggest stress when I was in school was losing my blazer. What happens when you guys lose your clothes?
We all have the same clothes. If you lose your blazer, I promise you it's somewhere on campus. So someone will look for it and they will find it. And it's really not a big deal. It's just no one steal it. You have the same blazer, and if your blazer doesn't fit you anymore, you go to Auntie Betty, tell Auntie Betty blazer doesn't fit, you get another one. So it's such things, we really don't stress about such things. We just stress about school.
You just stress about school. All right, 1 minute left. What's my last question? Nosipo, take it for us. You guys know each other well. What are you guys doing after you matriculate?
We are going to varsity.
Okay, what are you going to study?
Both of us are going to be studying BA Law, and she will be doing accounting. So we're just happy that our dreams are being realized, finally. There's a platform, we have an opportunity to do that. So, yeah, we're pretty excited.
And I like that you guys are still kids about it. I'm not dealing with, well, Anele. At the Oprah Winfrey School. Rebecca, 20 seconds, wrap it up for us. It's your tenure. What would you like to say?
Well, I think that you've seen in the flesh the product that we are also proud of, and with apologies for calling you guys a product, but any endeavor has a goal, right? And we want to make sure that what happens with these girls while they're in our care and as they're getting ready to go out into the world is the best possible experience it can be. So, thank you.
Thank you so much for your time, guys. Happy tenure! A massive thank you to my guest today, Rebecca Sykes, who's the president of the Oprah Winfrey Foundation, as well as the lovely ladies who've had the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that's changed the course of their lives forever. Happy 10th year anniversary, OWLAG. Tomorrow, prepare to have your mind tricked by international illusionist Darcy Oak, and our good friend Unatim Sangana comes back with sweet sounds off her brand new album. You do not want to miss this. We'll see you tomorrow.